The model organism we study isn't fruit flies or worms, it's passion flowers, which sounds exotic, but passion means pathos. It's the same word, pathos, pasinos, means suffering. That's why pathology is pathology, study of suffering, you know. It refers to Jesus Christ suffering on the cross, sometimes called crucifixion plants. It was named because the flowers are complicated when you first look at them, and you can kind of see a cross in them. So the early Christian missionaries thought, this is a sign that we should conquer the New World and convert everyone. Because they only grow in America. We call them passifloras, that's an English word, or a scientific name. And the world distribution is there. There's about 560 species. They're vines, mostly. You may have heard of passion fruit. They put it in different Hawaiian punch, and it's a very, very fruity, perfumey kind of fruit. So there's 560 kinds. Most of them aren't used for fruit because the fruits might be smaller. There are about 10 or 15 used for fruit and cultivated. They don't ship well, and so we don't get them in our markets much. We get a few from Frida's Foods out of California, but pretty much they don't ship very well. There's 3 species here. There's 500 and some species here. There's 3 species that are in Australia and 15 in Indochina. And it's a question of how did they get there, or how did they get here, what was their origin. And basically we have 2 species in Missouri. They have 5 in Texas, 80 in Mexico, 60 in Guatemala, 55 in Costa Rica, 60 in Panama, 160, now it's up to 200 in Colombia, 90, 80, 30, and these overlap. This is just by country. They overlap a little, and but you can see the center of richness is right in here. Now, one of the things that's a goal here, by studying a large group of plants that evolved from a single common ancestor, it's the passion flower family, and they all came from some primitive ancient passion flower single species, and they've radiated around the world into different niches or job descriptions. Flowers are different in the different species, the life form's different, the fruit is different, and each one is part of an ecosystem, and we don't think about it too much here, but on Earth, almost every plant needs 2 animals to live. One to spread the egg and sperm, or the pollen, and one to spread the seeds. Every plant needs 2 animals. Now around here, some of the plants are wind pollinated, or those helicopters blow, the wind blows the seed. But that's unusual. Most plants need 2 animals. And these play what we call keystone roles in tropical ecosystems because bats feed on the fruits, and certain butterflies feed on the leaves, and certain bees feed on the flowers. So there's like 3 critical interactions. So what we're trying to do by studying the plants and understanding how they evolved is then to overlay the evolution of the animals on top of it to see how they co-evolved, try to understand how ecosystems change, and then we tried to overlay geography on top of it and try to recreate ancient ecosystems in different areas.